Hi, and welcome to another episode with W Lounge Podcast. I'm Chrissy.
Bree.
And to continue on with our series that we're doing with dating over 35, and we're going to talk about the stages of dating. And I've got some stats here, which is interesting. So, ladies, did you know that 70% of new couples will break up within the first year?
Don't surprise me.
70.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me at the moment.
That's staggering. That is actually phenomenal.
No,
But you know what that says to me
as well.
Yeah, but that says to me that the first year is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Just lazy, can't be bothered
They're
to
lazy as well.
actually
But
fight.
what is it that's not keeping them in it?
They don't know each other. They don't know each other. They don't give each other
But the first
time
year
to get
is
to know
to
each
get into
other.
know, yeah.
Yeah, but some people are just in the dating to be in a date, like to be with somebody just for the sake of a tick box exercise. And I think the majority of people, I can probably put like a payment on it, or like, you know, the majority are definitely doing it to tick box. Something that maybe they're getting pressured from their parents or family and friends, whatever. But it's not always about love.
Okay, cool. So, we asked you at home, our IG followers, and put our TikTok poll as well. Why do people give up on relationships so easily? And this is what you said. So, because of online dating, there are so many options. Social media and relationship goals messed up everything. It's the baddie. City girl culture that breaks down relationships.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely see that. Yeah.
It's the baddie. Shout out to that validation.
Yeah, shout out to the baddies, yeah.
Everyone
is looking for red flags and not love. We've become very judgmental of each other. And we have a low attention span.
Definitely low attention span.
And because trying to make it work is the new desperate. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. So, yeah, that's shocking.
Really 16.
That's actually shocking. Okay, cool. So,
Easy.
we then went on to ask you some more questions. So, shout out to the people that actually got back to us in our DMs. Yeah. Taking part in the poll.
Yeah.
So, we said, how many stages of dating are there? I don't know. So, I'm going to ask you guys after, but I'm going to read out what the followers said. Said one stage, because I do the friends become lovers approach. So
One stage.
So one stage, because
Okay.
it's like friends then lovers. So
Straight
like
away.
yes, yes.
That's a good approach.
Around 3 stages. So talking, dating, and exclusive.
Okay.
Dating is for simps. You can't buy a woman's love. Okay. Wow, wowie. That was probably a guy. At least 4 stages. Talking first, meeting up at casual spots, meeting at fancy spot, then having sex to see how they can compare with the other people they're dating, and then exclusivity.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the last one was, as long as it's moving forward, it's all good. You don't need stages.
Okay.
So, how many stages are there in dating? How many stages have you actually experienced in dating?
Whew. Chat.
I think 3. I don't know.
Okay, so what are your
So
three?
it's
What would it be?
the beginning of like dating, like, you know, going on these.
Okay, so set the scene.
Then-
Set the scene for me. You've gone to an art exhibition.
Yeah.
Fashion
get me,
exhibition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've seen the guy you fancy and he comes to talk to you.
Okay.
Would you class that as, you know,
That's when
first
it's
stage?
It's just, yeah, it's
Would you-
just
would you
initial,
say that's the first stage?
initial spark, I suppose. And the first date for me would be the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if we talk a little bit before, it's not really until I've been on a physical date with them. I just don't classify it as a date yet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
your
That's
dating
dating yet.
starts when you go on a date.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it.
I just feel like that's the case. I wouldn't ever classify, just because we're talking,
Yeah.
that I'm now going to be, you know,
Yeah.
exclusive to dating you sort of thing. You know, I'll just think, oh, he's just chatting to me, getting to know me a little bit. That's fine. But if he hasn't already actually taken me out on a date, then perhaps he doesn't want to date me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that's
just
like you.
me.
No, that's fair. What
Oh, there are so many stages. There's a talking stage.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the initial stage is attraction. Okay.
Important, very important.
That's the first stage.
That's very
So you're
important.
attracted to each other.
Yeah.
Then you talk. See how that goes. Then the talking stage, it shouldn't be too long before you establish that you want to actually take that person out.
Yeah, I agree.
To get to know them a little bit
Yeah.
in more depth, right? So you get to know them in more depth. Then you go on several other dates, okay? And then you become exclusive. Now, whether the intimacy happens before or after, that's completely up to each individual. But I would say there needs to be some clarification as to what happens when you get intimate. So you should be exclusively intimate, okay?
Yes. Okay.
So whichever way around that goes. So I would say, yeah, there's quite a few, and you'll see that there's a seeing each other stage. There's so many stages: talking, seeing each other, dating. Then you're exclusive. You might decide, I don't want you dating anyone else.
Yeah.
And then you might say, okay, you're mine, I'm yours. So it depends.
Okay, so
It's quite a few.
for us over 35s, remember that's the theme. This season, how many stages should there be?
3. Just
Okay, so name the 3.
initial a spark, you know,
Attraction,
beginning,
yeah.
attraction, then start dating, then get married, end of.
Wow, just like that.
Just like that. That's always wasting time. I think as you get older, personally for me, I am probably a little bit more cutthroat than probably the average Joe blogs, but it's because I just feel like I don't have the time for the in between, if that makes sense. Like I just get bored of that part. Rather that you just acknowledge that we have a good connection here.
Yeah.
And let's just run with it.
That's fair.
Why are we wasting time? Let's do it old school. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
So I think it's a battle between the traditional and the new school.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But do you think you could also come across desperate with that then? Because it seems like you're in a rush. Why are you in a rush?
It can be, but it depends on how you approach it. You know, I'm not going to go to the guy like, oh my God, you're the love of my life after one date. Or whatever. I'm not going to do something like that. It depends on how you approach it. Whatever you say to them may or may not put them off. Some guys that probably even like it if you're very straightforward.
Yeah,
you know,
more upfront.
put it on. Yeah. Just put it out there.
I think there's a mixed bag. I mean, if you're quite upfront about your intentions that you want to get married, etc. In my experience, this is when I was younger, I made that very clear, and I don't think that worked out for me. I think men just ran away because I maybe I wanted something too serious, and they felt they had to be on job right here, right now, and that put a lot of pressure on them. I figured that men don't really like to be pressured, and men like to take the lead.
I think they need to take their time, make sure that they're in control or whatever. But that's what we want them to do, right? That's what we want them to be the leaders, right?
True.
They need a bit
It's
of
hard
help.
to let them know. Give them a little helping
Nudge,
hand and let them know that, by the way, this is my expectations, my boundary. Like, what do you want?
Hey.
That's what I want.
How many stages should there be?
God, how many stages should there
Should there
be?
be? You want to date, you want to marry. That is the goal.
Okay, I'm anti-rules anyway. Okay, I think there's no. We're talking about love. Love is so divine, and how you get there is going to be different for everyone else. But for me personally, it's not so much how many stages; it's how quickly we're getting through the stages.
Okay.
I don't want to be lingering in anyone getting stages too long. So I don't want to be lingering in the talking stage for too long. I don't want to be thinking on there. We're just meeting, we're dating, and there's also a going to each other's house stage. There's a dating, and there's actually going to that person's house. That's a stage, and you don't want to do that from the jump. So you want them to take you out, and then you want to go to see each other's place. So I don't want any stage to be too long.
I hear that.
It has to be progressing.
It has to be. And what? So you're saying that you don't want to linger in any too long. But what would progressive look like? So say you started dating. And you're in the stage of just initial attraction, but he's not really giving energy back. So he hasn't recommended a date just yet.
Okay.
He's just talking to you on the phone.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So it's been like a few weeks now. But you're not having just like it's not like those morning texts like, oh yeah, what are you doing today? Or morning queen. No, it's like you guys actually having
proper
you're actually having real
building a friendship.
You're building a friendship, which I feel like is very important. So you've mentioned you wouldn't want to linger in them too long. So how long would you linger in that talking? He hasn't asked you on a date. How much time are you giving that?
I think 2 weeks is plenty of time. I like a guy that's proactive. I like a guy that
When are you saying something though? Because he can be proactive. He's just that right now he might just be busy with work and he just hasn't communicated that.
So I should initiate let's go out.
No, I'm saying that look, we haven't gone out yet. Is there something I should know? There's ways to do it, Lady.
No, it works. That's right.
There's tact, yeah. Because for me, I can't imagine speaking to someone 3 weeks on the phone and we haven't seen each other from the initial meet, and we met organically, I would feel that there's something up.
Definitely.
So, what does progress look like for you? For me, 3 weeks is too long. I would say something.
Too long.
Yeah. 3 weeks is too long.
I think I totally agree with that. I think 3 weeks is far too long at this point. Like,
but would you give it up though, or would you actually nudge him?
I don't know that I'd
I
nudge
don't
him.
can't nudge him. You're fully grown up.
Why?
You know what you want. If you're not
That's the part of the test.
within those 3 weeks.
But why are you testing anybody though?
No, I need to know if you're suitable.
Yeah.
Because a suitor for me
Everyone's getting tested.
is a suitor for me pursues.
Okay,
Need help.
so a progressive dating would mean that you're moving through the stages quite quickly.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? So what are you doing for the talking stage? How many weeks were given the talking stage?
A week.
Do you know what? All right. So look, I think.
Do you know what? I mean, can I can't
did laugh.
I know what? I mean, can I can't meet you? So
It's different. There's
Laugh.
a reason why it's different. What do you think, Bring?
I think it's a bit complex. Yeah. So it could be 2 weeks. We're talking, and I'm not really gauging much from you. I'm not really getting, and I need to now see you in person to maybe see if there's something happening.
That's totally fair.
To get, or it could be that it's 2 weeks and it's sensation. I don't really need to see you just yet. It depends on how I feel, but I feel that there should be a rough period of time where it doesn't become stale, and I think 2 weeks is quite enough. It's quite enough, especially if you are talking, like, let's say every other day. Yeah, you're giving yourself maybe 30 minutes each time that you speak to each other or whatever. Not to say that it's timed, not to say it's timed, but like, you're giving yourself enough time to actually have a normal conversation. Sometimes you can maximise that and go up to 5 hours of talking in that whole week, and like, you need to do that many times in a week. But my point is, if I'm not really getting much information from you, like real information about you, then 2 weeks is too long. Like, there's no point. If I don't gauge that at the beginning.
Well, would you ask him, like, look, we've been talking for this time, and in order for us to move forward, either we take this outside of speaking on the phone, or would you just like let things fizzle out and just?
No, I'd probably probe him if I really liked him, and I thought that there was something there, perhaps. I'd probably probe him a little bit, but I wouldn't ask him outright.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't just be like, by the way, I saw this place. Do you want to go on this date? Or do you know what I mean? Or should we go out? No, I wouldn't, because I would have expected them to want to take me out already. That's
See, so, ladies, I take a completely different stance. If I've been talking to someone for 2-3 weeks, I'm asking you, because if anything happens, I need to know I've just had the whole picture. I've got the full picture. I've been able to communicate my needs.
But then, is that not like, not to say that? Okay, is that not in a way making them maybe feel like, right, like, it's not my job to do that?
It is, and I'm reminding them that it's their job to do that.
But then is it our job to remind the guy?
Yeah, sometimes.
Like,
I take it as a sign. I take it as a sign.
Yeah.
Especially at
You've
that
been
issue.
right?
Oh, really?
Oh,
Well, I haven't figured. Yeah, of course, I know they are, and all I'm saying is, for me, the fact if a guy's had got me engaging in a conversation for 2 weeks, he should be pretty sure that I'm interested, so that shouldn't be an issue. I think he knows that. But I guess I like a fast mover.
Okay, fair.
I guess that's why I like.
Yeah,
I'm not into snails.
That's what he wants.
I'm not into snails. Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we're moving on past the talking stage now, and you're now dating. So you're seeing each other like twice a week, which I think is a lot.
That's sweet.
We do actually work.
It's nice.
So twice a week is actually quite.
Yeah, if it's especially if it's dating stage. That's
dating. Yeah, you're seeing each other twice a week. You're not necessarily going out for fancy.
It's a healthy number.
Fancy dinners up central London. You could just be going
past that stage.
Yeah.
But how long was that stage now? So it just skipped a whole stage.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Rewind, guys. We're going to rewind. Okay. Do you want to be taken out to fancy restaurants? Do you want to be wined and dined?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So if the guy said, "Okay, let's go for a date in the park. We're gonna go for a light walk. Gonna find like a cute little cafe and chill out for a little while, and that's it. That's gonna be the first time we meet up. So
What
we're gonna
area?
go for a walk at Crystal Palace. Let's make it nice. Crystal Palace is a lovely park. Have a nice walk around. They have a lovely cafe there. Sit down, and go take you on the pedalos.
To say
You know the pedalos. It's close. It's local. He's just seeing it as like it's local to the both of you. You can just meet up, gauge each other. see if the spark is still there from.
I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like things to just
move forward.
It could just be, I'm free, you're free. Let's quickly.
Exactly.
Lunch. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Let's quickly go down to the. I like that. That's cool. Let's do it.
I like that too. Yeah. Let's do it. No. So where would you want to be?
We're in
taken?
the initial stage.
As we're dating, as we're dating, so he doesn't really know you.
But you built this friendship. You were chatting to him for 2 weeks. You're quite happy with that. So you're buddies now. You're friends.
Yeah, we're friends, but are we?
But you haven't like the.
Are we not trying to be romantic? Are we trying to delve into the friend zone at this point? Because you're taking me to the park here. Yeah. You're not even taking me to the park. You're taking me to a park.
My God.
Yeah.
And to you, just so that
that's
engage
a park.
each other.
That's a park. That's
gosh.
That's us in a relationship.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
So why are you taking me to the park?
You need
friends now.
Just
you said we're friends.
No, hold on.
We're friends. If we're friends,
if his approach,
we're friends. Yeah, I'm not going to take it romantic.
Lovers.
I'm not going to take it
friends to
romantic.
lovers. Yeah, friends to lovers. Yeah,
maybe he's going with that approach. What's wrong with that? I think friends make good lovers.
Yeah, they do. What I'm saying is there needs to be an element of romance as well. Like, don't take me to just.
You might kiss. That's romantic. Maybe
that's very romantic.
Kiss me in Regent's Park.
Oh my gosh.
And you can kiss me at that cafe. It's going to be bad.
Wow. So you would want more of an elevated experience initially.
That's what I mean. So if you want to take me to a park, there's no problem with that. But take me to somewhere that's going to be at least like beautiful looking, and at least maybe like a floral garden or something that's going to be.
Do you know what? Let me ask you something. Why should he put this? Is me asking questions now. Why should he invest so much in you? Why should he? Why should he?
He wants me to be a partner potentially.
No, he's getting to know you.
Okay, that's fine.
Potentially. Well, he's getting to know you.
We've been speaking for over 2 weeks. You're approximately that, yeah. And there's obviously a romantic connection that's been established, yeah. We still want to get to know each other, delve into our characters and all that kind of stuff. So I would need to see that investment quite early to know that he has potential. Do you know what I mean? But not like love bombing, but I'm talking like genuine.
So what is that investment? Is it like a financial investment?
Yeah, I think I'm more of the financial investment.
So how did you have invested at this rate?
I turn up.
That's not enough. It's not enough.
I'm turning up, and
you've answered the phone the same way he's answered the phone. You've had intelligent, engaging conversations the same way he's had engaging conversations.
Man, I'm looking for a woman.
But how are you turning up as a traditional woman then? If you're wanting this traditional dating experience, how are you turning up as a traditional woman?
I'm turning up with my feminine energy as always, and dove, and that is it. Like, look, a traditional man knows what he wants, yeah?
He does.
And typically speaking, a traditional man is very proactive. A very traditional man will tell you where we're going, what's happening, and actually make an effort to take you to somewhere that maybe looks a bit better than the average Joe Blogs. Whether it's, like I said, if you're taking me to a park, which park are you taking me to?
Bit of effort.
Yeah, just a tiny bit of effort goes a long way, yeah? And a traditional woman knows that is, an investment in some respect.
Do you know what I'm hearing? Which is absolutely fine. She simply just wants a man with the ability to impress. And what's wrong with that? He has a desire. He wants to impress his woman. He wants all his women to be, or anyone who's got interest in. He wants to go over and above, and you want to see that.
But is he doing this for all the women he's dating?
No, because he's
No, wait. No, because I don't imagine, people are me.
So does me.
People are upset, and it can get expensive for men. Men dating women, it's not cheap.
They don't date.
He did the 2 weeks though. He did the 2 weeks of talking, so he's already
talking. He's invested in that regard.
Yeah, he's talked for 2 weeks, so he's figured you out, and he's figured out that she's worth. I want to get to. You've already seen you at this point, so and he wants to see you again. So he's gauged what type of woman you are. He gauged that you want a man that's able to impress. It's either he is that guy or he's not. If he's not that guy, he would have exited stage left.
You see that he's still sticking to his guns. He's taking Crystal Palace Park. You're gonna go have a nice walk around. Are you gonna call it quits, or
I wouldn't call it quits. I probably
now navigate that.
Look, I don't want to give all my cards away, but I would say that wouldn't impress me. Put it that way.
That's fine.
Yeah,
okay.
And it's
still early days. For me, it's still early days.
Do you know what it is? It's early days, but this is the early stage for me is the period where you do need to make effort. Yeah, you do need to impress me, just like I need to impress you. Because in your mind, you may have already put me in the category of potential wife. Allegedly, men already know what they want when they meet the woman.
And I feel like that's why
when they meet you,
and I feel like that's why they
get that. But when
that's why I'm coming from now.
I hear that, but when they meet you, they do put you in that category. It is about impressing earlier on. You know, I think it's really important actually, because it is the window of opportunity to showcase who you are, you know, put your best foot forward. It doesn't mean that you've got to go all out, and I think that's where people get this twisted. I'm not talking about the guy taking me to the most expensive hotels, restaurants, bars, da-da-da-da-da. I'm asking for, right, you want to take me to the park? There's loads of parks on this whole planet, including England. I'm in England. Why don't you choose one that looks beautiful? Why don't you choose one that actually represents me?
Oh,
why not? Why not impress me in that way?
Because when it comes to a park, and maybe it's not the best example, but it's not inexpensive going to Crystal Palace over Regent's Park. It's kind of like for like, it's just that one's made more of an effort and one's more scenic.
Literally.
So it's not that money doesn't really come into it. I think thought comes into it. And you're looking, if that's what we're looking for, own it. If you're looking for a man that is thoughtful, and the way he shows it is by taking you to restaurants that maybe were on your bucket list because you had that conversation or align with your lifestyle. That's fine. You shouldn't have to change what you're looking for in a man. If he's not up for it, he can just keep moving on, and that's fine. There doesn't need to be any argument or whether you should drop your standards or whether he should have to comply to your standards.
So my point is, why can't he work up? Why can't he work up from, you know, taking...
That's not what she wants.
What do you mean?
Or work up from going to the park to the restaurant and then...
What's the point?
Staycations and then European trips. Okay, so now we're getting to it. Okay, so
25 in each.
How long will it take this whole getting to know each other stage? How long do you really think it takes to get to know someone?
I can't put a number on that. I'll be very honest with you. You've got to gauge it.
It's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
Initially, how much would you need to see from him initially?
Okay, so like I said before, I need to see effort. I need to see, like if I see the guy as a
no, but this is you get to know him.
I see him as a potential suitor. So I need to see that he is established. Okay, and that can come through the conversations. He's telling me about what he does, and that usually is quite early on anyway. And then his lifestyle, what kind of things does he like? At this stage, maybe take me to one of those places. You know, how he dresses, important to me. I like fashion. So meet up a couple of times, make the effort to meet up with me so we can go to places, I can see what you're, you know, dressed like and all that kind of stuff. And then family and friends, maybe take me somewhere where you know that your guys are going to be there. Maybe I can at least see what you're like with your friends. That kind of stuff. So I think.
So how long would that take? How long do you think that would take?
You've got to put a number on it.
Let's give a number.
How long is too long? How long is too long?
How long?
Maybe 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Let's be realistic. No, I'll tell you why 3 months. Because on average, I believe actually there must be a stat out there. I'm sure there is. That average dating period is about 3 months anyway. And maybe it's because at the beginning, you are talking on the phone, you get to know each other, blah blah blah. And then we start to physically start going out with each other. And naturally, we've both got jobs, so that might be once or twice a week or something like that, which isn't a lot of time spent together. So then over the course of 3 months, you probably would have collated maybe about 2 weeks worth of dating, like if you were going to put them back to back, about 2 weeks.
Quality time.
So quality time, 2 weeks worth of quality time over the span of 3 months, to me works out quite... realistic period of time.
So can I ask you, are you having that conversation when you meet a guy? Are you having that conversation in terms of what is your expectation first year, what we doing? Have you had that conversation before?
Where I've told them...
Is it even fair to have that conversation?
What do you mean?
Not to say, I'm just saying, have you ever explored what his expectation is in the first year? To make sure it's aligned.
I ask questions. I'm very much like an advocate for ask questions and say what you want. So I'll probably know within like the first week or so
whether it's a match.
So do you actually have like a list that you tick off? Like, okay, I found this out.
Really?
It's a mental one.
Really? Oh, okay.
I'm not crazy.
I love it.
I believe anyone that's actually got a list written.
No, it's not women. It's just like that. It's like that. It's like that.
They're ready to land.
Look,
let me tell you, it's about the values, the qualities, all that kind of stuff. And that usually is the mental tick box, isn't it? You're thinking, oh, yeah, I like how he does that. Oh, he's a Christian. Okay, great. Okay, that might match me. Okay, fine. Okay, spiritual. Yeah, that could work. All right, so it works. Fantastic. Okay, so, all right, we're ticking a few boxes here. He's not doing too bad. Right, so now it's digging into how deep is he a Christian? What kind of job does he actually have? Like, how much is he actually making? Can he actually provide for me and our children to be? The kind of lifestyle he has. Like, I like fashion, but how deep are you into fashion? Do you actually like fashion, or are you like just a trend follower? You know what I'm saying? So there's all this stuff that happens in your brain. I think it's a natural thing. You unpack it naturally. And I could take a course of 3 months, maybe.
Do you think dating has become like a race? So because we are now over 35, we're very conscious of our time now, and we know friends, family around us, they're getting married, they're hitting all these milestones, they're having kids, we're going to baby showers, going to christenings often. So do you feel like, there's like the added pressure now that, maybe I need to pick it up a notch?
I think it's
I need to swipe right a bit more now.
I think it is a thing. I think it is a thing that, that you do feel the pressure when everyone else is progressing in relationships. And naturally, sometimes when you see that, you could put the pressure in your significant other. And I say significant in the sense of the guy you're dating or whoever's, in your life at that moment. And sometimes it could be pressure from your friends, your family. Oh, so what's going on? I get that a lot from my girls. So what's going on? Oh, when you
gosh.
him.
Do you think that's a bit rude?
I think that's quite disgraceful.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it?
Do you think it's rude, though? I think it's rude.
Like, I just think it's weird.
Really?
Yeah,
it's a bit invasive. Like, you're just dating this guy. Calm down.
Well, it doesn't matter, but you've been dating a guy for 3 months, I'm saying. It could be 3 months. Doesn't matter what's going on.
Okay, all right. So if it's 3 months,
fine. It's too
right at the beginning. But yes,
I still think it's early. And you're saying you
think rotation? Actually decent.
You got a rotation. So this 3 months is just with one guy. You could be having another 3 months with another guy, it should just be they're just there. Has something happened with this one? Has something happened with another
Unless
one?
you explicitly say.
Is there, is this 3 months one I like out of everybody?
Yeah, but let's say you've got to the stage where you're laser focused on one guy.
Okay.
I used to work with laser focused, so I've got to think of something else to say. You're homing in on one person, right? Let's say, and everyone's aware of that, and the expectation is, so are you guys official? What's going on? I do think your girls can definitely kind of hold you accountable, or when you see each other next, or so what's going on. Like they're kind of like, well known. And that's
I'm not that bothered, Right, I'm one of those ones where I'll ask you once, twice, and then that is it. Unless you're offering information again, it's not easy dating. Like I've been there.
Yes.
It's not easy dating, and I don't think it's nice your friends like asking you when you're already dealing with what you're dealing with. I agree. So I agree. You take the cues. If they're saying they're going on a date or they went on a date, get excited about it, definitely pro. But then on the side of that, I think checking every
I'm the same. I only ever told my friends, so what's coming on next? So are you guys
exactly? Yes, Same. I think
really.
People.
But do you think it happens? So
it does happen. Yeah, it does happen. Yeah, it does happen. It's too much. It's too much pressure to put on your friends.
Invasive, isn't it?
Yeah, and then now they're looking at you to say, "Oh yeah, you said you were going to do this, or you said you and you were going to go to the next step, but you guys aren't there."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And
I feel like that's a cult friend at this point. And I think, do you know what? I think it's the energy that comes with that question. Yeah, so could come from a good place, and you feel that it's a good place, and 3 months have gone, and they're like, "Oh, what's happening, Chrissy? Are you alright?" It's been like, it's like, I'm really happy to see you in a relationship now. What's anything new, like good, to tell me?
Just a normal girl chat.
Exactly.
Normally, you don't even have to be artsy.
It's the tone. Once you start talking,
So we established that if the tone is off, then like mind your business.
But I do think it makes. I do think it plays a role, and I do feel, especially, it's not if you're in the church as well. I think there's a lot of pressure for you to get married. There's a lot of pressure for you to settle down.
Yeah.
And then when you do get married, the pressure's on to have kids as well.
Yeah.
So depending on your social, networking circles, the pressure is real. And I think the pressure is greater for women than it is men.
Yeah.
I don't think the guys' mates are like, yo, bro, what's going on? You're going to put a ring on it. Do you know? I don't think they're, whereas I feel like girls be more like,
do, but not as much as us. I think they do still ask each other questions in regards to
But
this.
it's not hearing it from their family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not a judgment though. It's not
it's not coming from that space.
It's not coming from your space of, it's more bands, but I feel like a woman, she's like, she could look you dead in the face and be like, so...
Yeah.
Are you guys getting married?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Do you know, I don't like this thing where we're being classed or put in this like bracket of I guess not being desperate but feeling like there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I don't feel the pressure.
That's good. You should
I'll be honest with you.
I think that's the best place to be.
Yeah.
I'm not pressured at all. I don't give a F. Like, I don't care of your opinion. I really don't. I feel like the pressure is there because you are weak. Yeah, you're mentally weak. It's not that I'm not, cussing anyone. I'm just saying that you are genuinely mentally weak. You're not in a good space. And that's why you're feeling this pressure. You're doing too much. You're trying to overcompensate. Trying to I can
empathise.
Yeah, exactly.
Women out there that do feel pressure over 35, and they are. I think that is a conversation to be had. How to overcome that pressure?
Yeah.
How to?
I think so. It needs to happen.
Not breaking that pressure, because a lot of relationships are literally being damaged because of this pressure.
Yeah.
What was that? What's his name's wife? Ex-wife. Oh my gosh! Come on, to singer. He's an actor. He recently got divorced, and then his wife came out and said, Tyrese, that's it. Tyrese. And then Tyrese's wife came out and she said that if she hadn't had the friends that she had given her advice, she wouldn't be divorced. And I think, how many people are dating, and just because somebody said, oh, he's not, and a lot of friends, they do share pictures of the guy they're dating, and it's open for someone to have an opinion. And not everyone's positive. And that could just completely change the trajectory.
Pressure is unnecessary.
Of where things go. I think we need to be a lot more positive about our friends and family's relationship, and remember our tongue. There's power in it.
Exactly.
So be positive. It is hard. Be positive. It's difficult.
So on the back of that now, you managed to ride out. So you've had a good date. He's taking you to Regent's Park, by the way.
Okay, it's good to
know. Nice horse ride.
Well, we like that.
Really lovely. Yeah, you really
I like that.
And you've been dating for a year.
A year now.
Yeah, it's a year now.
Fine.
But things are a bit hard now. This year hasn't been easy.
Okay, fair enough.
Are you staying?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're staying, yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm loyal.
Why?
Because if it's hard, I need to understand what is it that's making it hard.
That's why
is it me? Is it him? Is it... Exactly. I explore it. I wouldn't just...
So do you believe it could get better over time then? Do you believe this is something that you just kind of... You figure out why?
Yes.
Then you believe it will get better.
Yeah, I think so. With a bit of work and understanding, because I think that's what it boils down to, understand the core reason why you're in that position in the first place. So it didn't start like that. So surely something has gone against the grain, whether it's his expectations of you at a certain point or vice versa, or maybe you've just tapped into a different part of their character that you didn't realise was there in the beginning. So it's about understanding, okay, well, I behave like this because, or I'm like this because, trying to understand each other and actually have that conversation. It can work,
I agree, but what if you've got to that stage where you're not compatible? Well, he's emotionally, he's not emotionally hasn't got that emotional maturity. You can't even have those conversations in terms of where we're going wrong. It turns out that actually the person you thought he was, which is typically the story for most people, isn't the person that he is. And as you start progressing, getting to know him. So you get to that 1 year, which is the first year is getting to know each other stage, as is the whole relationship, but particularly the first year. You're not compatible.
Okay. So if that's the case, then to be honest with you, I'll definitely consider breaking it off because I don't want to waste anybody's time and certainly don't want to waste mine.
Or is that something you can work on? Can you work on
I
compatibility?
don't think so. I think you're either compatible or you're not.
Wow.
I think it's something that you're just naturally compatible with somebody. I think some people do pretend at the beginning, and then once you hit the 6-month mark, usually you do show yourself for who you actually are, and then you keep it moving from then on. But I think not asking the questions and not giving 100% into your relationship is where you might make a mistake. I think it's better you give all that you can, and then if it doesn't work out, at least you've got no regrets when you leave, whereas if you're like fickle, you're a bit,
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Maybe that's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work, because then you don't get to know the person really.
No, you don't.
And if you're not asking the questions as well, how do you get to know your partner if you're not really asking enough questions? I think that's where people fail a lot.
So do you think work should actually be put in that first year?
You have to. You've got to hustle in your relationship.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be people that are going to come in, they're going to try and...
Do you think people will think you're forcing it then? Do you think people will actually be like, no, you're actually just doing it?
Like that, like the viewer said, that trying is the new forcing it. So if we're trying to...
Yeah.
And there's this whole, popular belief that the first year is supposed to be the honeymoon period. I don't think we give any allowance for things to go wrong in the first year. We're quick to just
absolutely.
exit stage left. There's no fight in the first year.
Exactly. I think if I'm now in a year, by now I know that we've got potential to carry on. There's something that has interrupted this, something. And that's why I think some men cheat as well.
Conflict,
Something's happened, It could be conflict, it could be that maybe I said something that I didn't realise has actually affected him. Some guys just like, sensitive, and they keep things in, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you did this, and
so you need to overcome something. That is an important stage in a relationship. Having that moment where you overcome something where you could have gone your separate ways. It's a crossroad. And I think you can't really test a relationship until you have one of those.
I think so.
Whatever. So do you think we as women are more pressured to go through all the stages of dating, or do you think we should just cut it out? It's the thing where you've spoken to him, you like him. There's no point of us talking, logging out, going on dates. We already know what it is. Would you suggest to him that, look, I'm ready to go exclusive, or would you ride it out and let him lead and go through the stages bit by bit by bit?
I'd let him lead it, but I'll be honest with you, I'll get bored if he doesn't actually come correct, and especially if we both are very aware that there's a real connection here. Don't waste that time. Don't waste that time, and don't be silly and start, putting too much pressure on yourself, or listen to your friends and family, don't rush things. Sometimes some people get married in 2 weeks. They're ready. They're down the aisle. And then they're married for 20 years.
I reckon I've got the ability to do that. So although I do recognise there was a lot of stages to dating, me personally, I could get married in a very short amount of time. So I really could, because I'm quite a good judgment of character, and I'm just loyal. So I understand that when you get into a marriage or a long-term commitment, I know I'm getting into it being prepared to overlook or get through the hardship. So I'm not scared of hardship. So what I would say is you need to make it clear what your expectations are. Okay. So you need to let...
So she doesn't necessarily, or they don't necessarily need to go through the stages of dating.
No. They're there.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Let's not mess about that.
We're long in the tooth. You should know what you want.
We're long in the tooth.
Look, the stages are there. That's right. Which we've gone through the stages, but however, if you're and I think you should make it known. Let the man know this is what I'm able to do. I'm able to make a commitment quite quickly. I'm okay with that. I don't need that lengthy time to get to know you before we're exclusive, or before we take that next. I'm now old enough to be able to make a sound judgment.
And I totally agree. Yes, brilliant. So we're moving on to the last segment of the episode.
Okay.
Scenario.
It's my favourite. This is my
favourite. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Like the video as well.
Comment.
Comment.
Tell us what you think.
What you think so far. So,
community.
Part one. You'll go first. Thank you. Just one, please.
All right.
Go ahead. Oh, yes. You can take one now as well. Yeah. You read it after.
All right, so you've been chatting on the phone for 2 weeks daily. You suddenly don't hear from him for a day Do you A, automatically assume he may have company? Okay. B, write a long text explaining how he's made you feel.
We all been there. We all been there.
I'm having a text through.
Yeah, long text through. Yeah.
Guilty.
Literally a whole book. Yeah. I don't appreciate how. I'm being today. Yeah.
War and Peace.
First of all.
Oh God. All right. C, think nothing of it, and he'll call me back tomorrow. Tomorrow, first of all, won't do that. D, plan to set out your communication expectations next time you speak. Ooh.
I'm going to move mad. Whatever the one is, move mad. To write the long text. Yeah, it's a long text.
So would that trigger you?
That would trigger me. I'm speaking every day. We've got a routine. Why haven't you caught me?
Daily.
Someone should have died. Someone has to have died.
Someone has to have been cremated at this point.
I don't know what I would do in this situation.
Our brain's saying, oh yeah, right, are your expectations, exemptions, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
No,
First reaction, go on. First reaction.
You'll call tomorrow.
Oh, you just call tomorrow.
Interesting. Okay, so you'll see. All right, wicked. And you said, okay, I'm kind of in between two, to be honest. But yeah, I've grown up now. I won't do the long text anymore. I'll be honest with you.
I'm doing a long text.
I used to. I'm practicing how not to speak too much, not to go on a tangent. But I'd say I'll probably plan my communication expectations next time I speak to him, so that it's not on paper. But now it's in a full.
You need to see the passion is real. Yeah, yes. To see the energy from the real.
See that best.
That's our text message. She cares.
Though sounds like you're gonna say
I love conversation.
Sounds like it. I love a conversation.
Go on.
He's dating multiple women, including you. A, do you say it's cool because you do the same? B, tell him you're uncomfortable with that, but you appreciate his honesty. C, ask him if it's sexual and express that you have an issue with it only if it's sexual. Expect this to be the case as it's early days, but you let him know your intentions. You must be exclusive if he's to get the kitty.
Okay, it'll probably have to be the last one.
You expect it to be the case. It's early days.
Yeah, it's early days. Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to ask him if it's sexual, because if you're having sex with another woman, what am I doing here?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But are you dating other men as well, though?
But I'm not having sex with them.
Is everybody disclosing?
I know that. I know that. So if you're having sex with someone, we should be dating. It's my opinion.
So
no,
people are doing that.
Yeah, I know. So that's, of course they are.
Lots of people are doing that.
And people are cool with it. I'm not. So you still do a situation shit before you invite me around the table. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You have been with your partner for 5 years and still no ring. Your girl receives a proposal after dating for 2 years.
Okay.
Right.
It's back to the pressure now.
The pressure. The pressure is pressuring. A, I'm happy for them and won't be putting my man under any pressure. B, it highlights I've been wasting my time with this guy and I will issue an ultimatum. I'm ready to find my happy. C, I'm happy for my girl and I hope my man will be inspired to take the same steps soon. Oh, isn't that so mature?
I'm C.
That's so mature.
The last one, definitely. Definitely, I wouldn't want to pressure my guy.
I'm B. I'm highlighting I've been wasting my time and this guy. I'll give him my ultimate 5 years is a very long time to commit to someone, and you've already told him. I know me. I'm personally. I know
that we're going to get
exactly. So 5 years in, we're still not married. Forget about my girl at this point. Forget that girl. What is going on with us?
Yeah.
So I'm being the way. I'm still happy for my friend, but This will be my wake up call to say, you're actually sleeping on yourself at this point for his side.
Look, I'd like to think this isn't going to be the case, but I'm with you on this call. Let's wake up. It's 2:15. Yeah, sort out.
You know what? If it was 10 years, then you've got a problem. I still feel like you've got 2 years of the honeymoon period. Up to 5 years. I'd be expecting now.
Typically, if the guy's saying that after 5 years, he says he needs more time. But then you're going.
So if he says he needs more time, then
that's what it is.
Then it's
time for what?
But if a guy has to marry you after 5 years, what's the reason?
Yeah.
More time, right?
Yeah.
So
He's not
if you've
just
got-
doesn't like you, yeah.
But then you think to yourself, well, there's people that are getting married within 2 years, they're more decisive. So is this guy just leading me down the garden path at this point?
Yeah, true.
Cool. So it would make you question things, I'm not going to lie, it would.
Okay, and lastly, you have been dating for 3 months. Do you assume you're official because he acts like you're his woman? Now, A. Hell no. Been there, done that. Don't assume, get the verbal confirmation. B. Well, if there are no issues, just flow with it. What's in the title anyway? He makes my position very clear. Or C. I deserve clarity and I'll be asking the question of what are we doing? His answer will speak volumes.
Oh. Because, come on, Bray.
I was thinking A. Yeah, A. It was to do with not giving any pressure out, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, hell no, been there, done that.
Yeah, exactly. No pressure. Ready to
No,
I'm not giving you
B.
Well, if there's no issue,
What do
just
you mean
flow
no
with it.
pressure? There's no issue with flow with it.
Oh, okay, yeah, B then.
Yeah.
No issue.
So he makes you feel like you're his woman. So as long as you get the feeling like,
So for you, what's in the title, it doesn't matter anyway.
Not really. I think it's when people start putting too many titles, it gets boring at the end of the day. Like sometimes just live in that moment, like live in the
I'll be
relationship.
taking for idiot.
yes.
Well,
Anything with intention.
yeah.
So
It's not to say I'm not, by the way.
I know you do. I know,
Yeah.
babe. But for
So
me,
much
it's going to
pressure.
be A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the clarity.
I need the clarity.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. I'm not making
Yeah.
any
Assumptions. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
We're Loving Arts Podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, leave some comments. Follow. Yeah, we can continue the conversation then. And until next time, bye.
Bye.
Bye.